It's crazy. It's crazy. You want to tell me about yourself?
Okay, well, I originally come from a country town 222 kilometres from Adelaide, north.
Oh, so you're not even in Melbourne?
No.
Disappointed.
So country town, I've always loved Melbourne, which is why I'm here now. And then I moved to Adelaide when I was 19 and then moved to Melbourne when I was 42, which is almost now 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Enjoy more, Melbourne?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I needed a social life. I didn't have one in Adelaide.
So
and everyone sort of my age group was getting married and it's like, yeah, no. I need to get my fix.
There's more social here. I feel like.
It is.
The city's a bit more.
Oh, I love it. Just alive.
What do you feel like is the difference between Adelaide and here? The big difference.
Adelaide is slower.
Really?
It is. I mean, and more trees. I never noticed the trees. So I keep saying to me, there's so many trees, and I'm like, nah. And then you go back and you go, oh my God, there's all these trees.
There's all these trees, yeah.
But of course, my family's there and my friends are there. So I always try and go back as more now, obviously.
People kind of forget how good of a city we actually have. Melbourne's pretty wild. Look, it's in the top rankings.
Yeah, I know. Oh, look, Adelaide is nice too, and a lot of people go, oh, it's a bit slow, it's about this. But I like it because, friends, family.
You got more people here? Like of your friends and family?
Oh, I've got no family here.
Wow.
I don't know.
Overseas?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, a bit there, but actually a mixture between Adelaide and Greece.
Greece is beautiful. Oh.
Yeah.
That's one of my first places I want to go to.
Yeah.
Like if I book a holiday, that is the first place I'm going to go to.
Just don't say the islands of Mykonos and Santorini. There's so many other islands, but the other touristy ones.
It's just, I love the ocean, the beaches of it.
Oh, yes.
The history. Oh.
I can't stand the history. I am not a history buff.
Really?
No. Not at
Just
all.
don't enjoy it?
Put it this way, we went in 1986 as a family and my brother, because I've got an older brother and sister, and he loves ancient history, and we saw the Parthenon, right? Acropolis Parthenon. And me and my sister were like, oh, yeah. Walk off. And he's like, oh, wow. And I'm like,
He's just like stuff this is not interested in history.
Okay, it looks great. What do we look at next?
That's crazy. Well, everyone's got their different subjects they're into.
Well, that's exactly right. I love a city. The bigger the city, the better. Like, give me New York City. Give me love that. I spent Christmas there a few years ago and it was like blew my mind.
City that doesn't sleep.
I was freezing, but it was like, oh, my God.
The city that doesn't sleep.
That's right.
Is it actually like that there?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just nonstop.
What do you like about America? Like a lot?
Oh, New York is my favourite city. I've liked it since I was 5, I think 5 or 6.
Wow.
And it just, I don't know, the bigger the better. Almost got work there to do like what I do here, but the, the financial wall, what's it called, financial crisis hit.
Yeah.
And because I was going to get sponsoring, someone was going to sponsor me and then it all turned to,
wow.
It wasn't my time, I guess.
Tell us about what you do.
So I run a business called Thelo Active Therapy, and Thelo is the Greek word for I want, I need. And what I basically do, what the business is working with young people mainly, but I can work with adults, and it's combining or using martial arts as an alternative to the mainstream therapy.
Yeah.
Because I'm a counsellor and psychotherapist as well.
So what's psychotherapist? I've seen that.
Look, they all sort of come under the same umbrella, but it's digging deeper.
Really?
In psychotherapy,
because it sounds pretty cool. Psychotherapy. I was like,
I know,
what that is.
It makes me sound smart, but
yeah, it sounds like you got superpowers.
Well, I'd like to think I've got superpowers anyway, without the psychotherapy. But yeah, I mean, you're digging a little bit deeper than having a chat and talking about in terms of counselling, I guess. I'm asking the questions now.
Is it like more deeper questions?
It is much deeper. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So, like, would you say how much different compared to like a psychologist?
Well, look, like I said, they also sort of come under the same umbrella, and I don't want to like upset any psychologist or any other therapist out there. But there is sort of not a rule, but a list that you would say a psychologist is able to diagnose you.
Okay.
Psychiatrist gives you the medications. Counsellor, it's all about, not so much digging deeper, but having that back and forth and connecting and trying to work, help someone in the moment, I guess, with what's going on with them. And psychotherapy is that deeper dive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there much challenges you face?
With some of the kids I work with, yeah.
It gets tough. I feel like with children, it always gets a bit harder
Oh, it
compared to
does
adults.
because they put walls up. They could judge as a character. They, whatever's happened to them in the past. Of course, they're going to have walls up.
What do you think is the most challenging part? Like when you're trying to connect with them, so they just don't want to open up.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is why I use the martial arts.
Yeah.
Because then I act like an idiot too. So you try and connect with them by asking them what they do, what their favourite things are, and somewhere in there you'll find a connection.
I was speaking of Troy about this about a week ago actually. He does similar to what you do, health in Geelong or something. And he was saying that within 10 minutes when he's on the pads with him, he's got him talking.
Oh, yeah, because what it is, and it's worked for me, and that's why I came up with the concept because I've got my own mental health issues, anxiety, depression, a few other things.
Mixture.
Mixed bag of lollies, basically. But that's why I did what I did because the same thing, I was doing martial arts and then I started seeking therapy and the combination of the two was like, wow. That's working. So, but obviously adult, but still. You get distracted by the movement and the activity. Yeah. And obviously with kids, it's exactly, I just want to hear, I just want to do. And then you're asking questions and they don't even know that
they're very...
But I've got some real smart ones, like the self-awareness blows my mind.
Davey, if I just give you this one. See, what do you mean by that?
Like I've got a 9-year-old that I was working with who is so self-aware that he knows what he needs to work on for himself. I didn't even know what self-awareness was at 9.
That's incredible.
Yeah, very, very switched on. Just super smart. And his favourite things is politics and history. And
At 9?
At 9.
Wow.
Yep,
So
that's the response I have every time I have finished the session. I'm like, wow.
Shows you how much talented people they're locked out there. Just people don't know.
A testament to the parents and, I guess in his core he's an old soul, but I've come across a few of them like that. It's like, wow.
What does he mean by old soul? That's very interesting.
Like he thinks like an older person.
Wow.
Like, you're talking politics and history. What?
At 9, yeah.
I wouldn't have even known who was Prime Minister at the age of 9, let alone.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Very self-aware. Yeah.
It shows you that sometimes coming from rough or traumatic past can actually be an advantage.
Oh, absolutely. If you use it, if you've got the right people guiding you as well. Because you've got to also, I think the other side of that is you've got to have you've got to be strong yourself because you can easily be influenced and taken down a different path.
Very quickly.
Very quickly. That's exactly right. Because a lot of these kids don't realise actions have consequences.
Wow.
So you can do something and too late.
And then all of a sudden now you're trapped in that. And then that leads on to something.
Exactly right. And again, and it's easy. Like as a teenager, of course, you're going to go with your friends and do and, you're just going to follow them because you don't want to miss out.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to be called weak or, whatever.
Don't be weak. Just come on, man. Yeah. How many times I remember being young, I don't care, I'll talk about it now, would smash stuff and jump backyards of people and it's like, don't be weak, Ahmad. I'm just thinking, oh, God, this is a dumb decision, man. And then by the end of the night, you end up with police chasing us and we're young. We just don't want to miss out on that
Well,
thrill.
Exactly right. Well, I don't think it's even the thrill. You don't want to let your mates down. You don't want to look like the weakest link.
And then you grow up and then everyone goes different ways.
Exactly right.
But
also in our brain as teenagers and even younger than teenagers, that it's not developed in the brain of actions have consequences. Like you don't think that far ahead. You're just going, cool, let's do it.
Yeah, that's right. I'll send this.
I'm not going to get caught. Sorry to go.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, you're right. Not get caught, but then you're getting caught and you're calling dad to come and take you out. It's wild. I was watching this documentary. They had babies and snakes around them.
Oh, my God.
And they were trying to see that if we are born with fear. And you look at the baby's grabbing the snake and playing with it. And it shows you that all of this stuff is implemented into us.
Yes.
And then they did another experiment about heights. And then none of the babies were afraid of heights. It's crazy.
But you're right. And on the heights subject, I'm scared of heights because when I was in primary school, the teachers made me climb this thing and I didn't want to do it, right? Yeah. And I'm like, I don't want to do it, And they were like forcing you to do it. So now it's like, nah.
See how interesting it is, how it gets stored in the brain and you never get over it.
And it's funny, I can climb up, but as soon as I look down, it's like, nah, all over. I've got to go back down again because I've even tried like that rock climbing to try and get past my fear. And I can go, and as soon as I do this, take me down.
That's crazy. Take me back in time. How was it growing up?
How was it growing up? That's a long time ago.
Yeah, tell me about, the triggers and how was it growing back up and the mental battles you had growing up. And
well, the mental battles probably came to fruition, I guess, surfaced when I probably moved to the city, although they were probably already there.
Wow.
But, back then no one talked about mental health and,
at all.
Europeans, that's big taboo. I mean, it's even now in a lot of, circles. But, growing up in the country, youngest of 3, so I've got 2 older siblings. One's 6 years older and the other one's 9. So there was always that sort of separate, they did their thing, I did mine. I didn't really like living in the country at all because I knew from a young age I was meant for the city. It was just something in my head. So what sort of kept me afloat as well was watching soap operas, I know, and, drawing and writing stories, because with the soap operas, it made you see that there's something bigger out there than where you are.
Yeah.
And however they were living, not that I, want to be rich and loaded or whatever, but it was just, oh, look, there is another way that you can live. Not that we live bad, don't get me wrong. My parents did the best that they could, but you could see that there was, so that was sort of my, that's my focus. I want to sort of get to there. The writing stories, I guess, and the drawing pictures was this creative way of escaping where I was at the time, because where I grew up, a lot of it was status.
Yeah.
So, you had the rich, the middle, and we were kind of lower level.
Wow. And where was this?
The place is called Riverland.
Okay.
So, like I said, it's north of Adelaide, about 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
So you were always obsessed with this city life though?
Oh, I was.
Yeah.
Loved it, because I knew I was like meant for bigger, better things.
Yeah.
And I've also written a book, and that first chapter, the title is, I might as well be in Mars, or, I was, should have always been in the city, or one of those titles. Yeah.
That's incredible. And then how to kick off from there? Once you got to the city life, you moved out?
I moved in with my brother. A few teething issues, but it worked out in the end. But that was also quite a difficult transition, because what I found is, you're trying to be someone else in the city, and then you go back to the country where you grew up, you had these friends, and then you're trying to go back to that. So it was a real hard transition of who you're supposed to be, right? Because you go back there, oh, you're different, you've changed. You go there, oh, you've changed. Like, okay, so where am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to do?
Do you feel like when people say change, it's not really change, it's like evolving?
Well, back then, I saw it as, I'd done something wrong, because I grew up with low confidence, low self-esteem. I was definitely not a confident child. So, and friendships were important to me. They're very important to me now. But back then it was, but a lot of the friendships there were out of circumstance, because you lived in the same area. You Greeks hang out with Greeks, because there's a lot of Greeks living in the country there as well.
And then you hit the city life, and that's where everything changed?
That's when the mental health issues made their appearance, yes.
Why is that? Fast life?
Oh, no, not the fast life, just struggles, because you're trying to find yourself. So I moved when I was 19, and then at 19, 20, I got an apprenticeship, and that was horrendous. 3.5 years. It doesn't exist anymore. It's called a graphic reproducer, so you work in the darkroom.
Never heard of that anymore.
So I think that was triggers to stuff that was sort of under the surface. So he was a very abusive boss, like threats of, I'll threaten to smash your head against the wall.
Wow.
You weren't allowed to sit down and have lunch. But you grew up with this conditioning of you've got to have a job. So you're too scared to say anything. Yeah. So you just did. I mean, I finished it early, but, I still got sick from it, stomach ulcer, headaches, the whole thing.
Yeah.
But then at 21, I realised that I have mental health issues.
What was it? Where did you start to figure out something's there?
I don't know. I think through the training. Was I training? I was playing soccer. I played soccer for 5 years. I was a goalkeeper. But then, I don't know the exact point, but you can feel it. Yeah. That's probably the best example. So I went to see a doctor, and it was a Greek doctor. And of course, back then, again, like I said, mental health was not a thing to be discussed. And the response was, don't be silly, there's nothing wrong with you. And of course, then you do. You go, maybe there isn't anything wrong with me.
And then you continue
And
life.
then you just continue. But the funny thing with mental health issues, they come back and they keep coming back until you actually do something. Something triggers something and you're back to where you sort of began.
Kind of, it haunts you.
Well, it does, because you don't know why you're reacting the way you're reacting. And the reason I became a therapist and martial artist kind of at the same time, was because although my martial arts instructor was very hardcore, I needed that. But then on the psychology side, my psychologist was great, and I still see him on and off now. And those two were my mentors, I guess.
That's
when I
crazy.
went, I want to do that too.
Wow.
But I didn't get the grades for psychology, but still, counsellor, psychotherapist, that's pretty good too.
Yeah.
But that's where I got it from. I want to do that because I also didn't want to be a hypocrite. Like I don't want to try and help someone when I haven't dealt with my own stuff.
That's an interesting way of saying it, yeah. I know I've come across a few people who are psychs or they're working as a psychiatrist, and they're telling me, they're like, we've got our own battles, Ahmad, but we're out there saving other people. I'm just like, whoa, what about you? And it's like, we forget ourselves sometimes.
And you do, but I wanted to go and, these things don't just disappear, these mental health issues. You've got them. If you've got it, you've got it. You
Do you think they last forever?
Certain things, yes, I think so, because I've had mine, I'm 51 now.
Still
and
around.
I still, and more since the passing of my dad, not because of that specifically, but the things that have come from that have created other mental health issues.
God bless your soul.
But thank you. But you just deal with it.
Yeah. I feel like PTSD is a serious one. I feel like a lot of people get stuck with the trauma because it just sits there. You could something can remind you of something and then bang, it triggers it.
Oh, 100%.
And that's on. And the people are like, why are you acting strange? Nobody knows what's going on in here.
No, that's exactly right. Exactly right. And that was me from about November last year till May this year.
Wow.
Struggle, big time.
Was that after Dad's death?
Yeah, months after though, a few months after. But like I said, that was, I guess, the byproduct. But the other stuff that came, it was, because you remember things from your childhood, you assess, and I'm an overthinker, oh my God. So that doesn't help either. And of course there's depression in our family, and then I already had the anxiety and then being diagnosed with complex trauma as well. Mixed bag of lollies.
Everything came in at the same.
But in that sort of period, it was incredible. It was lucky I had a friend, friends check up on me, whatever, but one of them every week, how you going, just checking in, how you going, checking in.
How powerful is that? It's incredible when you just have that one person.
Just checking in.
Yeah.
3 words.
That's it.
Right? That's all.
And you can mean the world to someone.
And it did.
I remember probably about 4 months ago, it was late night, 1 a.m. And I was like, hey, I haven't heard of this guy for a while. Message him. And he goes, you just saved my life. That was it. At the right moment, I had sent a message.
There you go.
And I'll never forget about it. And now he's better. He's moving on with his life. And he needed that message at the right moment. Saved his life. It's crazy.
And that's how I think the universe works. Because this friend, like I just mentioned now, we've known each other for close to 20 years now. We have this ESP. I could feel if she's not in a good headspace or vice versa.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
some sort of energy, would you say?
I'd say so, yeah. Because we know each other so well.
That's crazy.
And I've got to say, I'm saying, there was a lot of friends that came to the party, but, just those 3 words of just checking in and having conversations.
It's so powerful. To touch base on that, I remember Dave, you said something incredible in the last episode. People are afraid to just pick up the phone and check up on people.
Yeah.
They're afraid of it.
Yeah, afraid of answering the phone.
You know why they're afraid of it? Exactly, because someone will answer and then you don't know what to say. It's like when people die. I don't know what to say. Say sorry.
Yeah.
Say sorry for your loss. What else can you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's one thing I credit myself. I'm not afraid of if shit's going down. Oh, sorry, am I supposed to?
No, it's okay.
Swear,
Anything you can say.
Okay.
You can say whatever you want to say.
But I'll pick up the phone and go, or I'll message and say, hey, how you going? This happened, whatever happened. Just thinking
so sad,
of you
though.
or...
It's actually so sad that we've come to a point. It actually blew my mind because I've been thinking about it ever since he said it, and it's very, very true. People have anxiety to just
Purely because they don't know what to say.
wow.
But at the end of the day, you don't really need to say anything. Hey, how you going? I'm here if you need anything, or send a text, or
Wow.
I think people feel like I need to be the person's therapist. You don't.
Just got to listen. I have a mate of mine I was talking to, you know who I'm talking about, the big boss of this place. And he's like, sometimes he goes, I'll just call someone and he'll know that person's going through something. And he goes, I'll be busy doing something like just watching TV or writing something, and I'll let him rant. And then the guy will say, you still there? Yeah, I am. But he's not there. Half the time he's not listening, but he's letting him rant.
Yeah.
He's
And that's
letting
what
him
people want.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, most people just want to vent.
That's crazy.
Just someone to listen and go, you know,
Wow.
I'm here. Tell me what you...
Why do you feel like we're going backwards in this whole social aspect part?
Do you think COVID has had an effect?
I think so. Yeah.
COVID was,
That was, what do we call it? The unnecessary evil of...
disaster.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't exactly...
Stuff Dan Andrews for that. That was ridiculous. I could never believe that we were locked in our own
for what,
homes.
200 and something?
Yeah.
And it was lucky I was still working. I was allowed to work.
Yeah.
So you're getting out and at least seeing people. But others that were not working and being indoors, and I mean, I like hanging out with myself anyway, so it was fine to, even if I didn't see anyone, but I feel sorry for those that needed that social connection.
Difficult time.
I mean, we used to do video chats and stuff with friends, so you have them all, but it's not the same.
Nah, it's not. No. How was it on you, Davey?
I was in London, and it wasn't too bad. We didn't have as bad as you guys here.
No.
We weren't locked up for as many days, and you could kind of go outside, meet friends, and the police weren't too. They didn't really bother anybody, you know. So it was pretty. It was all right. It was okay.
It's a tough time. It was a tough time here. I remember it was crazy. Like, police just felt empowered over a whole different level, and you had to be jabbed to go to a restaurant. What in the world? You know, and it was a really very different time.
Very.
And then it just vanished.
Yep.
COVID just went.
You know, you don't need the jabs. You can go anywhere and do anything. And yeah.
It was crazy. It was a very, very strange time.
I mean, I have my opinions on it, but I'll
Oh,
leave that for a different day.
I think we're going to see more effects, you know, in children as well as time goes on. I mean, now children, they're suffering a lot from social, you know, their social abilities have lessened as well. They spend so much time at home.
But you know what? I don't actually think that, you know, yeah, I agree COVID did impact that. But I think a lot of that is also the social media, because it's easy for me to sit on the phone or on my computer and talk to my friends rather than going out and
it's a good
seeing
point.
them.
It's a good point, yeah. And then we're obsessed with their lives. And they were like, why can't we have that? But you can. You just go out.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
And that's what I do to give them, to teach them about that social aspect. Especially kids on the spectrum, they struggle with it. I mean, a lot of people struggle with it, but, you know, those kids more so. So it's giving them that confidence. Like I have this thing, probably with the first sessions that I do is learn how to walk like a boss.
Walk like a boss.
Shoulders back, chest out.
Yes.
You know, so no one messes with you.
I like that.
Yeah.
But what happens if they mess with you? Then you got to throw hands.
Well, at the end of the day, this is what I teach them. I teach them how to use your body, your voice.
Yeah.
However, if hands are on, you go to town.
Yeah.
Right?
It's actually.
I don't want them to go hands on first. So you use every other thing you've got in your armory, you know, your, like I said, your voice, your body, walk away, whatever. But if hands are on.
It's on. I'm bringing you down with me. It's crazy that how important it is to have what you explain, walking straight, head up, chest out. I've seen a few high status people, it's incredible the way they put that act on.
Exactly. And that's what I tell my kids.
Yeah.
And I've had like a few new kids now, and a couple of them I've taught that. I'm like, how do you walk like a boss? And then I'm like, don't do it like that, mate. You'll get bashed. Yeah. A little bit. And they laugh. I mean, it's having a joke with them. But you'll say, has anyone hassled you today? You're, no. Because it's the way you present yourself.
That's very true. Very true. The way you present yourself is everything. The way you dress, groom yourself and look. It's the way you talk. They're all
exactly
important.
Right. Because I've got one other one. He goes, I want to just be confident in answering back, because a lot of my kids in school like tease me, whatever. I said, you don't need to be confident to do that.
Yeah.
Just walk off. Then they look like the goose for, giving you grief.
Sometimes walking away is the right decision.
It's not easy. We know that.
Yeah, I've been there how many times? I'm just
you
like,
and me both, but
how many times I've sat there to myself like, I should have just walked away, man. I should have just walked away.
Exactly. I can't say it to them, turn around and crack them in the face, but it's...
Yeah. Moment of anger is a moment of regret.
Absolutely, which is why I tell them to look at all the other things that they can do, but if hands are on...
Time to defend yourself.
Pretty much.
The sword and shield
But a
comes
one and
out.
done. Don't go in there and try and be Bruce Lee or whatever. Just either push, punch, whatever you're going to do and leave it at that.
Wow.
Do you think some of the social media things we were speaking about, that social media anxiety, let's call it, has that created more frustrations and maybe more aggression and anger in children nowadays? Or is that something, is there a link?
Well, because I don't disagree with you. I think, yes, because on the other side of that, the people who are doing the bullying hide behind the keyboard. I guarantee they won't come up to the person and say the same thing that they would be saying on their phone.
Agree.
Yeah, you're a big hero behind the keys, but never will happen.
I agree with you on that. So many times that's happened throughout my life. They're just there bullying on the keyboard. But
I didn't grow up with that, so that was it. But I still got bullied in high school and not so much primary school, but it wasn't behind a keyboard. It was in your face, which respect where respect is given, but still it wasn't nice. Yeah.
They can never come face to face. And you know what's crazy? This whole act and personality of this staunch gangster look, they only act like that with the people they know they can put it on.
Oh, absolutely.
And bully. But it's like, what happens when the other guy pulls out a gun? You know what I mean? What's going on there? Everything changes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't have that example, but I do have an example.
That's a bit of an extreme example. Sorry for the listeners.
Let me bring it down a notch. Let's go to school, shall we? So I was doing some martial art classes like boxing at a school last year, I think it was. Year before, actually. And this kid in front of the other kids, all hero, right? Oh, I've read about you. I know about you. I said, what do you know, mate? And anyway, so he gave this whole thing. And then someone screams out, he doesn't know anything. He's just reading it from a sheet. But he's still throughout the whole session acting like a hero. And I was thinking, all right, no worries, right? And then I see him out after I'm leaving. And I'm like, bye. And he was like, didn't even look at me, acknowledge me. And I'm thinking, where's the hero now? Yeah.
That's what it is. Sometimes it takes a
It was pretty funny. I'm like, what happened to this kid?
Yeah. How was it working in the corrections? Did you see a lot of heroes there?
Yes. And a lot of...
You would have seen so many different personalities there. Oh, my God.
Yes. And it's, look, when you first get there, you've got to act like you're not scared because you just don't know what you're going to get.
Wow.
And I remember my first day, I was like, you sit in the unit, you speak to the kids, and some of them don't want to, none of your business, whatever. And then you just got to play the card of don't look scared, because it's quite intimidating in those first few days, weeks, until you get to know the kids, until you get to know your staff, because having the staff is equally important, like backing you, 100%. If not more important, you know what I mean? Like you can say one thing, and then if they're not behind you, mate, you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
So, but no, look, you remember probably the more positive things than the terrible things, but there were a lot of terrible things that happened there
Such different personalities.
Oh, look, but you get some real smart and other ones that you worry about. Don't worry about the loud mouth, I'm a hero, this and that. You worry about those ones that watch and think and speak.
Oh.
When they're calculated, that's when you go, okay.
Who's this guy? Corrections is under 18s.
They are, but now they've sort of changed it a bit where you can be older. If you've committed crimes under the age of 18, you still go to that. You
serve time there before you go to the managed jail?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you do your time there and you end it there depending on what, obviously.
And can you tell me, like, the corrections, is it like, you tell me they have school there?
Yeah, they do. They've got classrooms, teachers. Yeah.
Wow.
They've got a gym there. They've got a weights room.
Wow. And they're there 24 hours in this facility?
Oh, yeah. It's 24-hour run. Yeah. No, they don't. We don't just send them home at the end of the day.
Because they're not coming back.
No. So, no, it's 24/7.
Wow.
So you do like a normal day would be 12-hour day. So you have 1 hour break. So for example, you'd start at 7, you finish at 7, or you start at 8, finish at 8. On a weekend, you would start at 8 and finish at 9.
Wow.
Full on. And you're switched on for that entire time.
Oh, yeah.
You have to be.
You can't leave.
I mean, look, we had, in my units, we had some really good kids. And like I was saying to you earlier, you know, they taught me how to play chess, you play cards.
Yeah, you blew my mind off that. That's incredible.
You know what it is? If you show the respect, if you go in there with the attitude of, oh, he's committed a crime, you're a criminal, good luck in getting any sort of respect. And I never looked at what they did. You look at them as they kid, because at the end of the day, they're kids.
Yeah.
That said, you know, the laws of they can commit adult crimes but still get treated like a kid.
That's crazy.
Is also funny. But I had a lot of good times there as well. You know, I got a best friend out of it, or a couple of friends out of it. And
wow.
But we had some really good kids in our units. Like you could have a laugh, you could have a play, but they still, you know, if you implemented the rules from straight away, they knew what it was.
Yeah.
So there was one occasion where we had one of our security doors that used to bounce open and close. Like you close it, but the thing would bounce open. No, a kid would probably run out. These guys would go and close it properly.
Wow.
Yeah. There was those little things because it was the respect that you gave them. Or, for example, you know, they had their times that they needed to go back in their rooms and you would say to them, I promise you're open. You know, if you're going to make a promise to a kid, I'm not a parent, but this is 101 logic. If you make a promise, keep it. So I would say to them, all right, you know, we keep them, bring them, get them out of their rooms a bit earlier, or let them hang out a little bit later.
Wow. And you form that connection.
Of course you do. I mean, you're in there seeing these kids, you know, although the shifts were alternating, so you do like a 7-day fortnight, you would see the same kids on your shift.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to make enemies out of them.
Oh, no, you got to create bonds. It's very important. So a lot of people.
But then there was an occasion where one of the staff members caused a bit of trouble for me. And I had gotten along with all of these kids, and I've walked into this classroom and these kids went nuts. I had to keep myself away until it was sorted, all because
one person. How crazy is that?
These kids, like, it was fun times a lot of the time. And then, just one thing was said, or I don't know the exact, but
It's so important. I was talking to someone at the gym yesterday. He works at prisons. He's a prison guard, and I'm like, how is it? He's like, Ahmad, he goes, the most important is respect and creating bonds with them.
Exactly.
I'd rather them be my friends than my enemies. Oh. And I was like, why is that? He goes, because he could smile at me, but if he's my enemy, he could smile at me. As soon as I turn around, he's got me. It's like, whoa.
Exactly right.
That's crazy. So it shows you how powerful and important it is to create these friendships, especially with these children.
Well, exactly, because at the end of the day, at their core, that's what they are.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's what they are. They've just had an unfortunate, situation or situations thrown at them, be it parents, be it whatever, friends, I don't know.
It all comes from childhood. I don't care what anybody says. It all begins from there.
I don't disagree with you, but we have had some kids where home life is, I'm not there, so you're not going to know 100%, but it's a fairly good home life.
But they just don't, wow. Why is that?
Friendships, like we were talking about earlier, I'm going to go with my mates and we're not going to get caught, do something silly, and here we are. It happens that way too. But look, I don't disagree with you. I am a Freudian, which is all about childhood, and yes.
Because it's very rare to have someone born to be a sociopath.
Well, I don't know about the research, but I believe it's already in you.
What? Wow. Dave, are you a sociopath?
I hope not.
Hope not. I don't think so. No.
She was paranoid coming here. She was like, we're coming to the farm now. Is this guy going to kill me or something? She had a high guard up.
At least I told you.
Yeah, she had she was
lucky I didn't bring any weapons with me. I could have brought a stick or
as I was coming downstairs, she was opening the door. It was just halfway, and I was like, you can see the paranoia in her face.
But I was very open to tell you, I'm not going to lie.
It was good. That's what happens.
We should change the name of the podcast to the Sociopaths.
Yeah. But this is what happens.
That's going to be very welcome.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you get a message on LinkedIn from a guy called Ahmad looking like this. It gets a bit sus, man.
Yeah.
How many of our guests have had that problem?
Oh, all of them, yeah.
I was telling you about Ray, how he got a security guard of him.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Do you know what's funny? I'm going to be honest with you. I was going, shall I tell a friend? Just think. And then I went, don't be stupid. Like, this is
that's
fine.
so funny. But you know what? It keeps it interesting.
Not because of, please, not because of how you look, but this guy messages you and he's like, do you want to appear on my podcast? Okay, sure. Whatever.
And I didn't even send no link to the channel, man,
Oh,
until later on.
I had no idea.
I swear to
And I'm
God.
like,
We're just going back and
She
forward.
still came on
and
anyway.
it was
That's
like
brave,
that.
you know.
What's the worst that can happen?
She's like, I'll take the chance. It's all right.
I was like, please let me go on my holiday in 3 weeks. And then, you know.
But it's crazy, man. Like life
But isn't it funny? We can use that as the perfect example of how society is.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, you'd leave doors open. You didn't care who walked in.
Yeah.
You know, when I was growing up in the country, because it was so hot, we didn't have aircon. You'd leave the doors open. You weren't concerned some random's going to come in.
Oh, no.
You would never do that.
You can't even leave your car turned on at the
But that's what I'm saying. So, you know, to turn it around and make it a joke, I mean, it's the society that it is now. No,
That's wild.
you know, who's going to leave doors open now and go,
Oh,
yeah.
impossible. No, no chance. Dave, would you leave your door open?
No.
No
I would lock it. I lock it always. Always lock it before.
See,
Exactly
that's wild.
right.
Because of the crime rates. Would you say it's because of the crime rates, or we just?
I just think with everything that's been going on, you're going to be a little bit paranoid.
I'll be honest. I've gotten some stuff in my house now. I've had to.
Yeah.
After what I've been seeing going on, man, that is wild. I've seen that video of that guy getting smashed with a hammer. It's like, whoa. No one's going to come in my house smashing me with a hammer. So I take caution.
Exactly right.
You know
well,
what I mean?
I'll tell you a funny story if you want to hear it.
Let's hear it.
So I was living in my other place and it's a 2-story townhouse. So garage, which is where I work out of. Anyway, as I was finishing up with a client, click the clicker to let the garage door down. I've walked off, not realising it's hit a branch and it's lifted up again. No idea. So anyway, I've gone up, do what I'm doing. 11:45, I go downstairs at garage. The doorbell rings at 8:30. I'm like, it's ringing my doorbell.
Oh, my
Right?
God.
I'm not going to open the doorbell. I'm not open the door. Anyway, and then I go to close.
PM, is this in the evening?
PM, right? Sorry, PM.
Yeah.
So about 11:45, before I go to bed, like I do now, I'll check my doors and everything. Walk downstairs, garage door's up. I'm like, oh my God, someone's like entered the house. So my friend goes, can you imagine if someone just rolled up upstairs?
That's it.
Anyway, so I'm walking, checking every room under the bed, whatever. But in saying what you're saying, I've got weapons that are in my garage.
Oh, my
Right?
God.
I won't say what weapons, but let's just call them martial art weapons.
Toys for the
yes,
audience.
examples of. But I was telling one of the guys I used to work with, and he goes, if I walked in to a garage and I saw that, mate, I'd be bolting out the door.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try and break in.
That's
Something like
wild.
that. Yeah.
But that's how it could be that quick for something to happen, though.
Well, exactly right. I'm thinking, what? And it's so lucky that the neighbour knew me. I knew the boys across the road because there's a pizza shop there. But no one.
Wow.
Because it's a little road. Even
Yeah.
though there's shops across where I used to live, anyone could
Talking about stories, I got one for you.
tell me.
When my dad was still around, I was about 15, 16. I remember coming outside to the backyard. It was late night, it's probably about 10 o'clock. And I used to sit on the veranda a lot. And then I remember this tall guy, Australian, who looked like he was in his 20s, came from the backyard. And I'm just like frozen looking at him. He's like, hey, you got a lighter? And you can see he's huffing and puffing and his clothes are a bit distorted. And I was like, nah, I'll grab you one from inside because I'm still in shock at this point. So I go inside to tell my dad, I was like, Dad, someone's just asked for a lighter in the backyard. Yeah. My dad grabs a toy and comes out. Guy was gone. 10 minutes later, not even, I'd say 15, 20 minutes later, we go inside. I hear sounds in the backyard again.
No way.
I open the door and I look, bellied up police SOGs in my backyard.
What?
And he's like, inside, guns, drawn, everything.
No.
The guy had killed the neighbor behind me.
No way.
Swear
What?
to God.
Oh, yeah, your story trumps mine. That's
And
what?
the crazy thing was, he was trying to escape. And then when he seen me, he just like freaked out. He's like, I'm looking for a lighter.
Wow. I've just killed someone, but do you have a lighter so I can light up a
How
cigarette?
wild's that?
Like, what?
Because he's jumped the back fence, coming to the
Wow.
front,
Yeah.
And then we realised the next day, the cops came past and he had been murdered.
Nuts.
Tall guy, man. He was crazy. It was wild. Just imagine this. He's trying to escape and then he see me and he's just like, what are you going to do? You're not going to say, I just killed someone.
Can I have a light? That's a very vast difference.
Yeah.
Can I just get a light for my smoke?
Crazy. It was wild.
But you're lucky he didn't have blood on him or anything. Huh?
I don't know,
Wow,
man.
he
We
obviously
bashed him.
did
There's that manhunt going on right now, isn't there, for that guy who killed the cop?
That was
Killed the
going on with
Yeah.
that.
So it's still ongoing?
Yeah.
Day 18, man. I can't believe.
Well, they put up a reward so every man in
like
his
$1 million.
doghouse calling.
Yeah.
You know.
We're all searching for Desi Freeman.
That's why
$1 million.
That's why I was late. That's why I was late.
$1 million
today.
reward, man. That's
So you came here so you didn't get it then,
Yeah,
did you? No.
I didn't get it.
how
Wow.
wild is that though?
That's
The guy kills 2 police officers, vanishes.
in
Someone's
the bush.
holding
I
it up,
imagine
right?
it would be pretty easy to vanish in the bush. Don't you reckon?
Well, they're saying that his son said that he's like Rambo, like he's the
Well,
guy.
there you go. If he's that well equipped.
Yeah, he knows how to survive for weeks without food.
Yeah. Well, there
So
you go.
it's these are my 2 options for him. Someone's hiding him, he's dead, or he's in some bunker in the bush.
That was 3, but anyway.
3, yeah. It's one of them.
I think
Yeah, I
one
don't
or 3.
disagree.
I think someone's helping him.
Yeah.
Probably.
This guy has fans. I was going on the internet, some of the comments. The guy's got fans, man.
Yeah.
Well, good on you, Diz.
Anti-cops, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
How crazy is that?
Because imagine, some random person that's a friend of his that's, I don't know, a connection, but nobody knows his connection to him. He's in his house, hiding somewhere. He could be anywhere. He could have, been hiding in the back of a van and driven
Off you
halfway
go.
Yeah,
across
that's true.
the other side
That's
of the
true.
country. So they might be looking in the complete wrong place.
Yeah, that's true. Could have been overseas by now.
Yeah, on a boat somewhere.
So crazy. Guy just vanishes, man.
Hmm.
And then there was an assassination today. I was seeing that on the internet.
Oh,
Charles,
that guy from America. That's
crazy.
sad.
Yeah.
30, what was he? 31, 32, and he had a
33.
family.
Yeah. How crazy was that? That was a proper assassination, man.
Yeah.
Got him in the neck.
Yep.
Yep.
In front of thousands of university students that were there, attending the event.
Yeah.
That was proper assassination, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Apparently, he was wearing a bulletproof vest, and the bullet ricocheted off the.
Oh, no
the
way.
bulletproof
I got him in the neck.
vest into his.
Wow.
Neck, so it kind of bounced up. Apparently, yeah.
What are the chances of that? Murder's always. I don't think it's if it's in a defensive way, different story. But taking someone's life is just. It's a bad place. What leads us to that? That's I always ask myself that question. What leads a person to take someone's life?
Well, it depends on the circumstances, I guess.
Like just as you going home to do a home invasion. You go in there to rob some jewelry. Guy comes out with you with a bat and you got a knife and all of a sudden now you're stabbing him and you kill him. Just like that.
But you're protecting yourself.
No, where the robber has the knife.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I
well,
mean? And all of a sudden he's taking someone's life.
Yeah. But like I said, actions have consequences and sometimes you don't
Realise the moment.
realise because
Yes.
you're in the moment.
Yeah. Goes back to that moment of anger.
But this one's an assassination. This
Yeah.
guy was 200 yards away on top of a
Exactly.
roof with a sniper rifle. Like, this isn't just some crazy guy
Exactly.
with a gun runs up and shoots. Like, this is premeditated. This is.
Even
But
Trump-
again, and
this
those
is,
guys,
different.
they obviously do it, I don't want to say daily basis, but that's
Yeah.
their sort of jam. So you are psychologically equipped to go, well, I'm going to kill this person next.
Well, there's so many guns available.
Yeah.
You can buy
Well, exactly.
You can go to a Walmart and buy a gun.
Yeah, it's wild.
Do they have them in Walmart now?
Not here, but in the States they
No,
do.
Walmart, because Walmart's in the States. They don't.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
don't
you
have Walmarts here.
No, but in the States they have Walmarts and
Yeah.
you can buy a gun.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just over the
Oh,
counter.
yeah.
Like,
Well, there you go.
It's wild.
Yeah, no.
In America, like I was looking at some today, I was just sitting down and looking at some of the mass shootings. I'm like, whoa. Some of these guys walk in and just start killing children.
We've
20
really gone
children.
to a deep place now.
Oh.
haven't we?
Really
current
deep.
affairs, Current
Yeah.
affairs.
Wow.
Deep. But it all starts back from childhood. But then you ask yourself the question is, why does someone,
Okay, well then why does someone, say you got two people, same childhood, why does one go one way and the other one goes the other way? Or, two
explain
kids,
that to me.
two
That's
kids
interesting.
who have had, let's say, crappy childhoods. One goes a bad path, one goes a good path.
Why is that?
I think now it's social media and echo chambers and the what you're paying attention to, right? If you put yourself into an echo chamber on Twitter or Reddit and you're following certain trends, you're reading these things and it's making you more and more angry. You're consumed by it.
Well, that's right.
You're consumed.
That's true
so
too.
yeah, you could have two different upbringings, but then it's what you surround yourself with.
That's true.
Goes back to what
I'm
you
a
said.
big believer in nurture over nature, right?
Explain that.
Oh, the way your environment is, like what Dave was saying. If your environment is with abuse or, drugs or whatever it might be, that's what you know. And
I agree.
If as you get older, you're willing to, okay, well, what else is out there?
I agree with you.
Knowledge is power if you use it, of course. But if you have a look around and not just get stuck in that, then there's that opportunity to grow and, help and do whatever you're going to do.
I agree with you that because I grew up a lot around violence.
Yeah.
And in my 20s, in like the early 20s, it's all I knew. I was so
That's right.
angry.
Look at you now running a podcast and learning how to play chess.
Yeah. I had to make that switch.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't have to. You chose to.
Yeah.
It's a choice.
Yeah. I like that correction. You corrected me on a lot of stuff today. The 2, the 3.
I'm sorry.
She's giving me a therapy session.
There you go. And I won't charge you.
It's being recorded.
Yeah.
Look back on this. Yeah.
That's wild.
Just go back. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Rewind the tape, please.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to.
No,
do that.
it's good because it's interesting. Like you choose. I like that.
But you do choose, don't you?
Yeah, I choose to be a better person because I no longer like to be
Exactly
angry.
right. And there's ways that you can do that, or I'll seek therapy, or speak to this person, or hang out with these people.
For me, it was always training.
Yeah.
That was my mental
Well, that's
escape.
what saved my life. I'll be 100% honest. If it wasn't for martial arts, could have gone a very different way.
Really?
Yeah.
How different are we talking?
Oh, there was one time I tried to hurt myself, as in kill myself. Because when I was living in the country, I didn't want to live there.
Wow.
17 years old, I was driving on the road and I reckon I was saying to myself, geez, how easy would it be to hit this tree? And then I went, nah, let's just keep going. Only time I've ever thought of it though, but.
That's so tough though. You don't want to hear moments like that. It's very, very difficult.
Oh.
When you're in that moment and you just think it's yourself.
But again, choice, right?
Yeah.
So young as well, 17.
Yeah.
What stopped you?
I just didn't want to do it. There was bigger, better, like I had said to you, there's got to be a way out of that country town. Wow. I know it sounds dramatic, but when you're in it,
Different ball game.
different ball game. It's like when you work in corrections, you think there's no other jobs around you because you're in that, I don't want to call it prison, but it is, even for the staff, because you're in there for these hours, right?
You are. And you're dealing with some crazy stuff.
And, and that's your life. You're in and out, almost like, not comparing the kids that are in there or the prisoners that are in there, but it is kind of like that. And that's what it felt like me being in the country, because I just felt like there was no escape.
Wow. So you would say you're more of an active person and you felt like it was too boring
Oh,
there?
100%.
Like stuff this
Well,
boring.
shops closed at 1. We had a drive-in. We didn't have a cinema. It was very,
Too boring.
they
Get me out
had
of
one
this-
club, been there, done that, multiple. It was only one club, right? What else were you going to do? Right?
Nothing.
No.
He's just like, get me out of this place.
But it was interesting because as a youngster, I wanted to be a police officer. But it was too hard. I didn't get in the first time. And the choice was, man, if I don't get in, I've got to find something else to get out of the country. Yeah. But then I also had an opportunity to go to art school because I used to draw and I was pretty good back then. But I didn't take it because that was 1 year. So I took the apprenticeship because that was 4 years, which meant I could be 4 years away from. This was the mentality.
Trying to picture you being a cop.
Well, one of my friends goes, don't do that because your mouth will get you into trouble. And I don't think that's changed. So it's probably, and then another friend goes to me, if you're a police officer, we would be friends. So,
It's crazy.
I think it's because my grandfather used to call me a copper when I was young.
Oh,
So from about 10.
I reckon you would have been
Oh,
a
mate.
very ugly copper because you would have just dicked everyone. Everyone you see.
Again, let's go back to those 2 people that said, don't do it because you'll get into trouble and I won't be your friend. So here we are. Next best thing is sort of counselling. But it's all come from that caring, area.
It's crazy. What a journey. And then you just up to counsellor.
Well, yeah, quite the
Wow.
journey. I've done a lot of things, worked in the mines, did that for 6 years.
Wow. How was it in the mines?
Pretty good, actually. It was hard in the beginning, but once you got to know the people, it was actually pretty good.
I can never do that job.
It's very isolating, and talking about saving
what-
people's lives, I actually did.
Really?
Oh,
Tell me about this.
I was telling my colleague actually yesterday. So my job was to set up events. I looked after the gym, setting up events, because they used to have like poker games and before they weren't allowed to gamble. But so you'd set up all these events, and I remember watching this guy just sitting on a stool, and I thought, go see what he's up to, whatever. I was there for 2 hours. He had found out his best mate was sleeping with his wife, and he was going to end his life that night. So somehow convinced him, like your story earlier, to come to the gym tomorrow, saw him, and he was coming quite regularly. I mean, I don't know what's happened after the fact, but very heavy, like, because it is isolating. And one of my jobs, which I learnt to do as I was, working there, is to really check up on these people. Like you do the checks, the wellbeing checks that they did if you didn't turn up for work. They call your room or you go, because it did happen, let's be honest. They tried, I know there were times that they would try to cover it, but people did kill themselves there, suicide, because it was so isolating. Because some people would spend, like I guess I was lucky because I would do 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, but even that was hard because you do come back very different. Like I'd come back very even isolated when you were coming home. Like I'd catch up with friends, but you were just internalising a lot of stuff because you were used to that, I'd do my job. You'd have 3 hours off during the day. You go train, whatever, I'll go for walks in the desert, and there'd be times that I'm going, what am I doing? Anyone could stop now, kill you, cut you up, bury you in the desert. But, it was serious stuff, like the isolation, because a lot of these guys had families. And they would be going there because you'd make good money in the mines.
Yeah.
So they'd give themselves 2, 3, 5 years, whatever. But the reality is you're on your own. Yeah, you have your guys that you go to the mess with, the people that you work with. Mess is like the dining room, but after that it would close at 9. You go back to your room.
And then it's thinking.
And then it's think, exactly.
Have you always been an overthinker?
Oh, yeah. Oh, probably my downfall, I would say. Yeah, I overthink everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been looking into reading a lot about it, and I've come to understand overthinking. I think is just bad.
Oh, it's a killer. What do you think I'm grey for? I mean, I'm wearing my hat now, but I'm greyer than my sister, and she's 9 years older. So
Wow. Why do you think it's bad?
What, the overthinking?
Yeah.
Because I think you get just caught up in this vortex of thoughts that you play every scenario in your head. And it's probably not even realistic, but it's like, okay, what if this happens? Rather than going, well, let's see what happens. But no.
That's what they say. Trauma is the past, and the future is anxiety, right?
Yeah.
So if we're either in one or the other. I think Thelo said that when he came on. And yeah, if you're focused on the future, it's just constant anxiety. Right?
It is.
That's why being present is so important, right? Being right now in the moment and not allowing your thoughts to.
Exactly right, which is probably why I do what I do as well, because I know how I can get caught up. And I really saw it magnified in those months that I mentioned earlier. So I want to try and help other people and myself not be like that, because I'm so self-aware. I can go, okay, hang on a minute, let's just, But it's a battle. It's a never-ending battle, because if you're that way, it's very hard to flip the switch to go, let's just.
Not overthink.
Yeah. I'm probably a lot better at it, I'd like to think. Depends on what's going on, I guess. But then again, if you ask my friends, they might say something different too. I don't know.
Yeah. Everything is an interesting one. I had a lot of battles with it. I think just keeping busy is very important.
But then a friend said to me, because that's what I used to do, and she goes, are you keeping busy, or is that the narrative you're telling yourself? Which I always remember that, and that's the friend that kept checking up on me.
Holy crap.
Very
She's
clever.
a good friend.
She's a very good friend.
Wow. That's a good one.
That's and I often that pops into my head.
You hit me with a shovel with that one.
Because I do like to keep, because, I'm active, business, whatever. And then you go, am I just doing this because I'm trying to not deal with this, or is it because I'm really, So I've had to have a few of those conversations with myself as well. Yeah, I know.
Two shovels.
Like, it was directed at me, and I'm like, I don't even know what to say to that. That's
Yeah, it's true for a lot of people, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep busy and pretend like, not pretending, but yeah, it is almost just making out like everything's fine. You just keep carrying on. It's a very British thing, you know. from the UK, British people are very good at that, you know. Keep calm, carry on, you know. And it's just like keep busy and don't overthink.
Is it such a bad thing sometimes, you know? Because you get on with it, right?
That's being present as well, isn't it? You know, you're just present in the moment. You're just
That's
doing what
right.
you're doing.
Exactly
you're not
right.
thinking about the future or anything else.
Exactly right. Yeah. Although on the other side of that, depending on what's going on with you, things can catch up with you too.
That's right.
But yeah, it's a funny one. I don't think it's a bad thing to be focused on the present and let's do what we need to do. But on the other side of that, it can catch up with you.
Limits you to only doing that one thing.
Well, yeah.
Because now, like, I think to myself, I've got so many other things, but I enjoy the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm learning from it. So much people are learning from it. It's crazy.
Exactly.
You know, meeting people. I think this is the thing I love about this the most is the people you meet.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like, talking to you on messages, I had a full different, like, thought of how you would be.
Do tell.
And I was like, and then when you came in and you started talking, I'm like, she's cool as.
Yeah, but exactly right.
You know
exactly
what I mean?
What you said, like with text. And that's how people can get miscommunication.
Oh.
Like, you can change your opinion on someone because they...
Yeah.
Because it happened to me recently. I won't say the context of what it was, but my initial was, I bet you're trying to... And then I went, maybe it's not that at all. Maybe it just happened this way. But then I went, but see what happens when messages are written and it's not coming face-to-face from the person.
That's so true.
Because it's funny you say that. So when I first started working at the gym, because I'm a personal trainer, they initially thought that, Vickie's a boxer, she'd be listening to AC/DC and no. You know who my favourite singer is? Whitney Houston. Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey.
That's it, all the calm stuff.
Whitney the most. I've loved her since I was 15 years old.
Wow.
But they all went, what? And I'm like, yeah.
Thinking that it's going to be some wild...
I don't not like AC/DC, but yeah.
For me, it's more of the gangsters. That's what I used to listen to in boxing.
Well, there you go. Oh, no, well, I won't listen, but they just thought because she's a boxer, this and this, but completely different.
Wow.
Because the boxing I did, and this is, I think, an interesting point because I brought this up with my trainer. I said to him prior to, my dad dying, whatever, because there was issues with all of that. We won't go into detail. Not that I don't want to, but, it was more I was fighting something or fighting my emotions or whatever I was doing. But now after the fact, it's not emotional anymore. It's logical. It's like playing chess.
Yeah.
It's just taking the emotion out of it. Because I used to do that with assignments, with a lot of other things. Yes, I'm European, so emotion, you wear your heart on your sleeve. But he was saying to me, you won't fight like that now. So I'll be curious, I want to fight anyway, but I'd be interested to see how it does present itself. Because I used to get anxiety just before fights. Oh, my God. I was like having out-of-body experiences. It was bad. But now I'd like to see what happens when him saying that, how different it would be.
Do you like fear?
Do I like fear?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Well, depends in the context of...
I love fear.
Fear. I probably should love fear.
Yeah,
if
I love
I'm a
fear.
boxer, but...
Because I feel like fear, every time I had fear before my fight, it made me into a bloody animal.
Nah, my other friend was like that. He was a world champion back in the day. But no, because like I said to you, prior, I was, even up to the fight, I'd be, right, let's go, whatever. And then as soon as, and it was this trigger from my trainer, right, get ready to fight. And that was it. It would be like out-of-body experience that I'd be numb. Like I remember I had a fight in Hong Kong. I didn't win it not because of anything. I fought the best I had ever fought, but because it was in Hong Kong, they had to sort of give it to them because even her coach came up to me and said, you should have won that.
Wow.
But minutes before that fight, when we were doing pad work, he could see me like I was frazzled, slaps me across the face, wake up, bang. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm ready to go now. But it will just freeze me. You know that flight freeze?
Yeah,
That's what it was.
Some trainers are just on a whole
Oh,
different
look,
level.
as much as he is was unorthodox, and people would say, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're training there." Look, best 11 years of my life training with him. I mean, I've got a new trainer now, and I've had him since I moved here, and he's equally good, but he's calmer. It's more about the technique versus, because I know like the skill, I've got the skill, but it's more technical versus, all right, you want to fight? Let's see what you've got, sort of thing.
What's your record?
Not very good, I'll be honest with you. So we hope to change that. It was from memory now. And take note, there was a few in-house ones. I had more stick fighting fights than boxing, but I think it was probably 1-7. Not one. One I won. Yeah. But
we've got to fix that number.
We've got to fix that number.
Yeah, we've got to fix that number.
Because that was all, and I don't mind sharing it, I don't care, because there could be other people out there that experience that. It was purely the anxiety. I had the skill. I had the fight. I mean, I would fight, especially the gym that we trained at the time. You would fight whoever was there. And the team was generally males, right? And they didn't, when you walked in that gym, as my trainer used to say, the gender didn't matter. You were like, you're a fighter? Okay, you go fight.
But you know what's powerful is that despite the anxiety you had, you still went in there.
Oh, 100%.
That's powerful.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, one fight, he accidentally broke my nose. And then I fought the next week. And there was no way I was going to win because you could see it's red. So you go after the nose every time. Yeah. Oh, it was the most painful thing. But you just, I was never going to give up on not doing it, right? A fight's coming up, you're going to fight. But for some reason, and talking about the psychology, stick fighting, I'd won a lot more fights with that.
What's stick fighting?
It's a Filipino martial art. So its actual name is Dos Pares Eskrima. So have you ever heard of Kali?
Nah.
Okay, so they use sticks as well, but ours is from the Philippines.
Can we open that, Davey? Stick fighting.
So it's Dos Pares Eskrima.
So it's pretty much bashing each other with sticks.
Yeah. Well, no, there's technique. It's a beautiful art. So there's an art to it, martial art to it, and there's also a combative side to it. Wow. But there's technique. You dress up like a
Is that it?
No.
Was it from Thai? Is it Thai?
So if you type in Dos Pares, put in DOCE.
DOCE, yeah.
Is
there
it?
you go, yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
Oh, wow.
So that's the system that I learned.
Wow.
Yeah.
This must be really old school.
But hardcore because you use cane to hit each other, right? You don't just, and yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's full technical.
Very technical, but the fighting is full on because it's minute rounds and you wear 4 kilos of armour, so you look like a gladiator. I haven't got any of my armour. I don't know what I did with it, but
this looks cool.
But it's a beautiful sport, but it's fast. But in that one, like I was saying to you, that was when I don't want to say easier because I trained in both, but I feel like it's because you had the protective gear. Whereas boxing, as I'm sure you can agree, it's just you and the person you're fighting. And there's no one to help you. There's no armour.
No.
It's do or die. Well, hopefully not die, but it's it.
It's a war zone.
So that's where your emotions come to the surface. So it's either going to make you or break you.
And you're getting bashed for 12 rounds.
Yeah, pretty much.
Go up a bit, Davey.
I was trying to find one. All right.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I can get you to type in my trainer's name back in the day and you'll see some of his fights.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at that.
If you want to put in Vince Palumbo. So you spelt the name wrong. Vince. Palumbo. Let's see if it's got any of his. Nah. Teaching. Oh, this is oh my God, I really need to learn that. What's that one? What year? 6 years ago. Yeah, if you want to have a look. So that's no armour, right? So just headgear. And these are they are taped up, but sometimes we do go with no. Right?
Does that hurt?
Well, I'll bring my stick if we do a second part 2.
Oh, we're definitely going to do a part 2. You're going to bash me up for stick on live or what?
Of course not. But they are made of cane. What we would do there is tape them up, but it still hurts.
Freaking hell.
Yeah. But there's technique. Beautiful
It's very
technique.
similar to sword fighting.
Well, not really.
Really?
Not
Ahmad
really.
would rip the stick from his hand and start punching him and just know it.
Well, you know what? He developed the additional to this
Yeah.
is kicking and punching.
Wow.
Because you got already the stick, so you'd be doing that, but you'd also be.
You know what sport fascinates me as well?
But there you go.
With
Not.
they got the face mask.
I know fencing.
Fencing. Oh,
Yeah, that's a point system.
that's so cool though.
This is just how fast can you go in a minute and
Bash each other
judging. Well, it's not really bashing. There is technique.
up. Wow.
Like I used to have my signature shot was behind the head and across the ear.
I'm not messing with you. So,
I don't know if I can do that these days, but
well, we're definitely not messing with you. That's a different thing. That's crazy.
But my whole point in bringing it up is I feel like from a psychological point of view, because that had armour, it was a protective, it was boxing. And I think that's why it not failed, even though I kept going back. I didn't win as many because of that rawness, that what if I lose? What will people say? Well, you'd already lost before you even walked in, despite still walking in. And I would do it again and again and again until I won that last fight. But even, like I said, in Hong Kong, that slap did the trick. You know, it's like, okay, I'm present now.
A little wake up. I remember my psychologist from uni. He became my mentor in boxing.
Oh, nice.
And we formed this connection. We used to get deep and dark. He used to talk about my dad.
Oh.
And he used to use that as a leverage for me.
Yeah.
Because I used to transform into this animal, this beast. But it wasn't a place I liked to go.
Yeah.
Because I used to completely transform.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it. And I don't like being angry no more.
That's good.
You know? Yeah,
That's great.
I don't like it. I think being happy and just smiling at people is so much better.
Absolutely, which is who I am, why I came. I thought, I'm kidding. But no, you're right.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Like it's just, life is too short to be angry.
Very
it's
true.
so short.
Very true.
And I've been learning from this weirdo here. He's so peaceful.
I need a bit of your energies
Yeah.
because I'm not a ticking time bomb. I was previous therapy, but yeah.
I've been learning from him. He's just so patient.
He is calm.
Yeah,
Very
we'll be
calm,
talking on the phone and I'll get all G'd up about something stupid and he'll just say, why are you
I
getting
love
angry?
that term, G'd up.
Yeah.
I love it.
Why are you getting angry? I'm just cool.
Yeah.
I'm just like, stop saying
Well,
cool.
like me today. You spelled my name wrong. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? This piece of paper is there on your desk every day. It's not rocket science. And my colleague's gone, if this happens again tomorrow, I mean, he's not working tomorrow, but he goes, I'm just going to step back even further and just laugh.
That's crazy. Piece of advice, the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably from the calm friend that I have. And she is always take the emotion out of it.
Wow.
Because I used to do it in assignments, in obviously
Take the
pretty much
emotion out of it.
just be factual. Think about the facts. Because as soon as something happens that I can't control, the first thing is explosion. Even moving, I'll lose my shit, right? But she is not. Remove emotion and just.
That's really good.
Oh, she is like the equivalent. I would always say this to her. You speak like I box. Like she's just. She could have people yelling in her face, and that happened at one of her workplaces. Just calm.
She an academic?
Yes.
There you go.
She's a counsellor as well. But we met when we did uni, and she made the monumental mistake of going, if you ever need any help with your assignments,
Game over.
done. Right. But she did get me some good grades. Well, with her help. But
Remove the
yeah,
emotion out of everything. Wow.
just look at the facts. Because we get so caught up, well, I do.
It's mind blowing.
Because it's in that control, when we can't control something, the first thing we go, and I actually did that. I was very proud of myself the other day. Something happened and I'm thinking, oh my God, why hasn't this been done? And I went, and because it happened on a Friday, so I'd be thinking about it for the whole 2 days. I didn't. I thought about it Saturday and went, it's all right. We can work it out Monday. And I went, and it worked out, but it was like, that is not who I normally, that's not the way I would normally react.
I think in work and life, you have to try to learn to be like that, right?
Oh, she's just brilliant.
We've all worked for bosses that just, get hyped up and get, G'd up and get
Well,
angry
let's
whatever,
go back to corrections, mate. I reckon the first month I was there, I got called into the manager's office. And then it just kept following through after that. I think I was there 3 times maybe. And then I got to put on a performance plan because of but for good reason, right? You're working in corrections. You can't have people walking around like they're in a childcare centre.
Yeah, no.
Right? And that's why I used to get angry. All right, the execution was not great. As my friends used to say, is there nothing between your brain and your mouth? Clearly not, But it is what it is.
That's crazy. Yeah. Vickie, you've been awesome. You've been incredible.
Thank you.
We'll do a part 2 with sticks.
It's got part 2 of sticks and punching.
Sure.
And it will G up and it will just start
Fine.
throwing hands.
I can show you some strikes and blocks and
it's crazy.
We'll do it in segments, right?
Yes. I really, really appreciate you coming down and joining me on. It was incredible. Your journey and stuff that you shared with me. Use no emotion. I'm never going to forget that.
Not to say don't use it, but depending on what your situation. That's right.
Yeah.
Because we can get so caught up. Oh, look, I haven't mastered it yet. But
very quickly. And it can escalate.
Oh, look, hello. Today I got upset because my name was missing a letter. But
how do you reckon you could have handled that differently?
Oh, I don't know.
Come
on, man. I've been there like 8 weeks and you still haven't got my name right.
Yeah.
Like every day I put it on a sheet. Like if you can't read, Look, I probably could have turned it around as a joke or hey.
Yeah.
I think
you had to bust. You had to let it go.
You know what else? They laugh too.
Yeah.
I lose my shit. But I don't lose it to get angry at you. It's just, So I gave him a bit of a laugh.
So in other words, you're a hothead.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm not going to deny that for a minute.
I love it. You've been awesome. And we're definitely going to be running this again. Okay. There's no doubt. You're actually amazing.
Thank you so much.
Do you have a website?
I do.
Okay, can we just open that for the audience, please?
It is www.theloactivetherapy.com. Sorry, THELO active therapy.com.
Amazing. For listeners out there, this is the website.
Hey,
there he is. Look at
there
that.
I am. And also got a book that I wrote about the story of my life thus far called The Boxer Within.
There you go.
So, and I've also got a program. So there's quite a few things on there.
Merch. Buy some merch, everyone.
Yeah, there's everything.
That's cool. What you do is amazing.
We need some merch.
Yeah.
Catch up. Look at that on the boxing gloves.
Yeah.
I like that. You got therapy on a boxing glove. That's good.
I like that.
Well, it is. It's my kind of therapy.
Yeah.
You're amazing. What you do is actually amazing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on your show.
Helping all these youngsters is just amazing. Reach out. Everyone's here to help. We love you all and stay positive. Life is too short to be angry and violent.
Very true, very true.
Way
I've got to take a leaf out of your book, Ahmad.
Oh.
For sure. And Dave.
Thank you.
Zen.
But it's an absolute pleasure. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
That was gangster. That was real good.